welcome aboard. Silverbird Actual here again. So today we're just going to do a let's play with the Just Flight Fokker F.27 without the air stairs because we're cheap apparently, and we're going to be going from Edinburgh in the north, in Scotland, and we're going to, as I say, get out of here. Hello, thank you. Head off down that way, take off towards then going. Then the route today is going to take us to over to Glasgow, then up to Inverness, and then into Stornaway. Because obviously this aircraft ain't got no GPS. Proof's in the pudding. Only engage you've got to the eye point tool, which is actually quite handy. But yeah, so let's go inside. So then, all the gauges and for radio navigation are up here on this aircraft. Let's see, can I get external power, or is that not simulated? External power. Is that simulated or not? I wonder. He's there to push us out. Hope the nose was actually configured. I didn't configure that in the original. So whilst we start getting some passengers on board, because I'm not going to do a fuel plan for this because there aren't actually any fuel planners in existence for the Fokker. Take a quarter trim. It's all mechanical on this aircraft, so there's no concerns about hydraulics. And the nav 1 active frequency shall be 115.4. It's going to turn into another one of those days, isn't it? One 115.4. And just switch that over. Active to standby. There we go. And then 109.2 will go on the other side. And that's obviously the Inverness VOR. And then when we start homing into that, we'll go for the Stornway VOR. So now that the passengers are getting on board, we can switch the seatbelts and the no smoking signs on. We can also switch the... See, I don't get the difference between anti-collision and beacon, but we can switch nav lights on. We don't need the door warning because we're actually on the ground presently. What are we doing like for the bags? So the bags are only just arriving. Brilliant. So we've got ground power provided to us today by Air Services International. As I say though, well, we've got the pushback tug, so it's not going to be that much of a deal. But I don't understand why it hasn't given us air stairs and I've just configured them. A decent amount of bags though, so cruising altitude today is going to be at 12,000 feet. As I say, so it's going to be Glasgow to Stornaway, and then we'll be landing in Stornway. Obviously I'm not using Orbex Scotland yet, I'm just using FTX Global for the scenery. But FTX Global in my opinion is good enough. So, and once we get up in the air, it doesn't really matter. So this is the first flight I'm doing with the Fokker with 4K textures. Well, enabled anyway, so we'll see how that goes. Next thing I suppose we could do is just configure the course to heading 267. And I believe the runway heading here is 245. So it's going to be a slight turn after departure to intercept, but that's no big deal. Yeah, again, folks, apologies for the slow texture loading. As I say, it's as we're using 4K today, so I'm just seeing if I can get away with doing flights like this without murdering my VAS. He's done, is he? Yes, he is. He's done. Okay. And got more bags coming. That's why he's standing there, or is he just going to get into his car? Yeah, boarding's complete. So he could get into his car now, yeah. I'll use pushback tug. Oh, sorry, not pushback tug thingy. Prepare for push and departure. Nose to the right, tail to the left. Now what we can do now is we can just go Shift E2, which will close that door. Shift E3, which will close the passenger door. And Shift E4, which will close the back door. There we go, doors closed. Okay. So, quickly configuring things up here. We'll enable these inverters even though the power's currently off. once we start the aircraft up. P2 heat is going to come on. Alright, transponder doesn't do standby mode. Locking gear, right, in which case, if he's locking the gear, I'm just going to crack that throttle open. I've actually got absolutely no idea where the start for this is. So, sadly, it looks like, if I can't find it, yeah, it looks like we're going to be forced to do a control the engine start. Oh no. So we'll start the left, no. So we'll start the right engine first. And start. I haven't fulfilled something. Yeah, this is the starter system for the aircraft. So, and start. Is the engine starting? Right, no, controlling. So when we get a successful start on one engine, that's when we'll release the parking brake. There we go, engine number 1 is starting up now. And release parking brake. Okay, I thought that would make the ground power unit disappear. Apparently it doesn't. So we'll just switch to back. Big fail. Okay, and number 2 is also starting now. So we start taxiing out using both engines. There's a little bit of a mistake there of mine switching over from the ground power to battery whilst the engine was starting up. But it's a virtual aircraft, it can take it. I've got to say, beacon should be on. But no, I've got to say that the aircraft itself, again, it's I know when Frugal Sim, again, a guy I respect massively in terms of his videos, he's, you know, to kind of put this as an equivalent to the Dash 8, just a little bit older. It's not. Nothing like a Dash. How's the freight side over at Edinburgh? That aircraft's now sprayed to look to actual Jet 2 paint scheme, not Channel Express. But yeah, it's, as you can see, this is Flybe land, KLM land, Team Brian. Good news is, after takeoff, I have a 30 knot headwind. I don't like that audio package, I'm sorry, I'm just going to leave it switched off because I'm talking, so it's not as though you're just sitting there in silence. Okay, we can also just set one lump of flat for takeoff. And parking brake is set. Alright, but he's just said release parking brake. Thought he was going to say that. As you can see, we've got the correct lights going now. Please set parking brakes immediately. I have. Pete's sake. Right, I'm also just going to switch the taxi light on now because I don't care, I'm blinding the marshaller. He's taking too long. We'll switch those on because apparently. I'm not going to use the autopilot today. We'll be hand flying all the way. I'll just do a power check now that he's. You can see the nose does actually compress when you go to high power setting. Okay, truck's going, and it's running the marshaller over. No, it's not. Okay, bye bye. You shouldn't let an aircraft wing pass over your head due to the risk of things deflecting into your head. Silly marshaller. Saying have a good trip as well. So yeah, this is runway 12 at Edinburgh, which is currently not used a great deal for landing. Apparently this is the original runway, but it's obviously got crosswind issues, as you can tell by the wind today being at our exact flight path. But so as such, they obviously put the other runway in. But I think it is used fairly occasionally when this runway would have a severe crosswind. That's in front of us. They're both about the same length. Just as I say, this one apparently suffers from crosswinds. It's about a 6,500 foot apparently. You can land a Lightning on it or a Harrier, no problem. I've done both. Okay, going back to the internal view because we've had enough of pretty aeroplanes for one now. So, yeah, as I say, Active Sky Next taking care of the weather today. Landing lights can come on now because we'll pretend we're cleared. Strobe lights can come on. Means I'll not be able to have it to look up here when I'm flying the aircraft. Oh, crumbs. Okay, no master cautions. I really do like the feel of FSX now, and clear on the approach. Okay, I'll rotate 120 today because we are quite heavy due to the extra post that we've been asked to carry, because the Saab that usually does this flight with the post went unserviceable this morning. Okay, I'm pushing the throttles forward. Again, folks, I'm not exactly 100% sure how to fly the Fokker because there's very little in the way of checklists available online, and people who actually know how to fly this thing. There we go. That's 100. Very nice modelling of Edinburgh Airport going past on the right. And rotate. The reason I'm not on VATSIM is obviously my VATSIM client is a bit broken at the minute, and there's no gain to me being on VATSIM. And there we go, we've got the Glasgow VOR. Just do the turn on course now. Flap this up. Yes, obviously that's broken, and it causes it to crash, and obviously there's no air traffic control on. If I had air traffic, the situation may be a little different. Okay, I'm just going to there we go. Yeah, nose wheel steering system. That's rather essential. For some reason, it always switches itself off and it's down there, so we never look down there. Does that work? I've only just noticed all this. Oh, oxygen. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Seriously, the wind's yeah, 260 presently. There we go. So just fly towards Glasgow now. See if I know where the DME is on this aircraft. Is there a way of hiding the yoke? No, of course there isn't. No, that's DME. But yeah. What I'm actually going to do is be tactical. Since I'm using OBS to record today, I can get away with doing stuff like this. All you hear is the clicks. Alright, I've just found myself a checklist. So, view. Yep, landing gear. Okay, climb checks. RPM 1420. Okay, climb speed. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll just climb at 160 knots, which is what we're trimmed for now, at 1,000 feet per minute. So I need to use about half the power using now. Alright, I get it. What was that? I thought I got it. We'll keep this power setting. Okay. So there is actually a checklist. I've just found it by accident. So yeah, top half of the HSI. So 29 miles from the GOW-INS-STN, Glasgow. Yeah, I was staring at the DME the whole time and I thought it was the heading or something. Yeah, as I say, we're cruising at 12,000, so we've got a little bit of climb left to go. Quite high up there. Yeah, we can release the passengers from their seats. Because we've only got about 3 or 4 people on board, because that's the only people that can actually get up the stairs. But yeah. So if I take Autopilot Master, then I go beam, nav, beam, nav on. And then we'll just hit altitude hold once we get to 12,000. It'll level off, fingers crossed. Because on this aircraft, the flight director is completely different to the normal pitch guidance system. I'll take a 10 on the pitch. Yeah, that's what we need to do. It's a very, very rudimentary autopilot because obviously it's a very, very old aircraft. I'll just run the throttle pretty forward because it's gone into a rather steep climb. But we're climbing at 160. Again, I'll just give you a little bit of external view. The aircraft, so it's just climbing cleanly now. That's going to come off when it gets to 10,000, which we're reaching now. Just come to see Orbex England down to the south of that. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just do that. Heading select. Okay, that's going to be the easiest way to do this, quite frankly. Okay, and coming up on alt hold, QNH is standard now because we've passed transition. 1012 alt hold. Yeah, just levels off. What's at altitude? Okay, cruise route. What are they? Again, guys, we should find this by the manual now. Probably going to give you guys the best experience. Max cruise speed's 225. Do not exceed 250. Heading hub select, just going to crank around about to that direction. Heading. Come on. You can do it. Heading. Heading on. There we go. So, the primary concern I think with this aircraft is the anti-icing systems. Just seeing these clouds on you, I'm getting a lot concerned. It's not like we're still climbing. I know the autopilot's doing a rather accurate altitude capture, but bear with. See, but no smoking's obviously still staying on. Landing lights can come off, that can come off. All of that can now stay on. So yeah, guys, this is pretty good. What I'll do is I'll split the video here once the texture's loaded back in. There we go. This is going to be the end of part 1 on the Fokker. We'll probably come back later on when I'm on approach to Stornaway. So see you then, folks. Bye bye.